Okay, so now we're ready to capture a scan with a real patient. So I'll just go into capture mode, and if I could just ask you to lean forward and pop your chin on the chin rest, please. And we're going to capture a combination of scans. So I'll move the device into position. You can use these chin rest buttons here if need be, just to move the chin rest up and down, of course. The joystick here, as you turn it, moves the joystick up and down, and obviously in, out and left and right. So I'm just going to raise the chin rest up ever so slightly with the button here. There we go, so we're nice and level. So we'll line up with the patient's eye. Once we're roughly in position, the target turns yellow. Try not to blink now and just keep staring at the green dot for me, please. Can you see that there?
Yeah.
Just keep staring now. So now the patient is lined up on the device. I just, using the screen here, move the device into position, and it will auto capture, auto focus, auto optimize. So keep staring now, please. Keep staring at the green dot. Keep staring. Everything's done very, very smoothly and simply. Fantastic. You can blink now, thank you. So we just quickly check those scans have all been captured, and they are absolutely perfect. So we click OK. Now if you blink a few more times and stare at the green dot once more, please. So we've moved on a combo mode from one scan type to another now. Try not to blink, stare at the green dot for me. And keep staring now. Almost done. Nearly done. Very good. And you can blink once again, thank you. Excellent. Again, that seems to be a good scan. We always review the scan after we've captured it. We click OK on here. The green dot is going to move across to your left now, if you follow that when it does, please. When we go onto the disc map, as here, the fixation target will move, and it will always move in the opposite direction to which eye you're on. So if it's the right eye, it will move to the left. If it's the left eye, it will move to the right. So I'm just going to reposition this ever so slightly and just keep staring now. And you can blink again, thank you. Again, that looks to be a great scan. Just quickly check as that goes through. I was just moving the position of the scan up the screen very slightly with the up and down arrows. Sometimes that is required just to help the scan automatically capture. That's good. The dot's going to move back to the center now, and then there's going to be a bit of a bright flash. We're just going to take the image, the fundus image. So try not to blink now, just stare at the green dot. And there is the bright flash. Thank you very much. Once again, just check the image. That seems to be excellent. So we'll move across to the other eye. We click OK, and we just move across to the other eye. Most OCTs will be set in combo mode as standard. So I'll move it into position, and again, it's ready to go. Just line it up, blink a few times again, and now try and stare if you would. So I think it's positioned itself there, slightly in the wrong place, which is good, because what we can now do, just to demonstrate, is we're not happy with that scan, so we click retry. So blink again, and now stare at the green dot if you would, please. And this time it's positioned itself better. That's fine. So I'm actually going to keep that scan, but I'm going to do one more. So we click, instead of clicking retry, we can click NG and have another go. And if that turns out to be the better scan or the best scan that we could use, then once we save and close, we can select that scan to keep. Whereas if we click retry, it will always dump the data rather than store it when we click NG. So this time we're happier, I think, with this scan position. So you can blink a few times now. That's fine. So I click OK. Blink a few times and stare at the green dot once more, please. Superb. Very good. Keep staring. And you can blink again, thank you. It's always important to speak to the patient when you're capturing scans, just to make sure that they don't look off the fixation target or blink, because that will obviously affect the scan quality. That's a good scan. Now we're on the left eye, so in a moment the dot is going to move across to your right. Follow that when it does. Thank you very much. So now we're centered on the disc. Again, auto optimize and auto capture. Just keep staring, thank you. Nearly done. And once again you can blink, thank you. And we assess the scan, that seems to be fine. Click OK. And finally the dot will move back to the center. Excellent. And a bit of a bright flash coming now. Superb. And you can relax. Thank you very much indeed. So you just sit back for me. And that's a great image, so you can relax. Thank you very much indeed. So I click OK on here. And then we have a list here now on the screen of all the scan patterns that have been captured. One of the images is not ticked because that's the one where I clicked NG. Now, if you have a patient where you really struggle to get a good image, it may be that one of those NG images is the best of a bad bunch as such, and you could select one of those to actually store that, because it may be the best scan you can possibly get on maybe a patient who's got very, very drooping eyelids, small pupils, lens opacities, and maybe even has problems maintaining fixation. And you will come across those patients, definitely. So once we've captured all the scans, we move to the Save and Close icon here at the bottom left, and we click that, ready to assess future scans. Now, because we haven't checked the NG box, I don't want that image, it's just warning me, but we click OK, and now those images go into the patient file.